Fair trade is a worldwide initiative that seeks to properly compensate farmers and artisans for their goods and crafts when they are being sold to more developed nations.
In third world countries, a lot of times we get our products from sweatshops or even slave labor, and they don't pay nearly the appropriate wage. And it's not necessarily an equal wage to what we would get paid, but it's enough to maintain a decent lifestyle.
You have big companies that are able to produce what they're making at a much cheaper price, and it's making it much harder for them to live on what they create.
Fair trade really just means everybody gets paid their fair share for their amount of work.
We assume that we live in a fair society. So we assume that our businesses and our companies and our corporations do business fairly, but they really I won't say they really don't, but they don't do as much as they could.
Within Augustana, I would like to see just us to raise awareness about the organizations that are present around the world and what they're trying to do, as well as make people more conscious about what they buy and where the things that they buy come from.
And this is Sis International Shop, a fair trade store. I started the store because my husband worked for a company that was purchased by an Indian company, and we spent about 5 years off and on in India, and I learned very quickly that there was nothing I could do about what I was seeing. So I hunted down a fair trade group in New Delhi and watched it work off and on for a year to see did it really work, and it does.
People who grow these things are separated from you, so you don't think about them usually. But when you do, you realize that they're not living the best way that they can be.
Our ultimate goal is to get the school completely fair trade certified. It will take at least changing the way we buy our coffee, our tea, our chocolate, and items in the bookstore. So for example, in the brew, the Starbucks technically sells Cafe Estima fair trade coffee. We sometimes have it in the brew, but we haven't for about a month. And we'd really like it if we could have that offered again. We'd also like it if they would advertise more, that they have these options for students.
But after a while, you'll come to recognize the symbols, and you'll learn the places that will carry something like that. You know, whether it's a health food store or hopefully the universities.
Sometime later this term, Fair Trade Club will be sponsoring an outdoor concert, and you buy your way into the concert by buying a t-shirt, and that t-shirt will provide you with
free food from hopefully the Olive Tree, free music from all local bands, and also good times.
We want to hear opinions from everybody. Definitely makes us a very open club for new members.